Thursday night. Thursday night. Okay. Thursday Night Live. Hey, kind of like Saturday Night Live, except for maybe funny once in a while. Okay, welcome on, guys. I love it. I love being on here Thursday night. 9 people. 9. Ocho nueve. Couldn't think of the word. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope we're killing it. It's a Thursday. We're ready for the weekend. And that's where we are. Okay. Let's get on this puppy. Okay, guys, remember, we got some good stuff going on. I have links. Here's the thing. So I have the membership stuff, right? So what's cool is I just set it up. There's a membership through YouTube. That's great. And you can do the join my classes at 6, 7, or not 8 for the options. But if you don't want to pay by the month, if you go in here, there's a link. It'll be there tomorrow, not tonight, maybe. In my other videos, where there's a link where you can do it weekly. You can just pay by the week. It's if you just want to do it for a week or two, just bang in, bang out, do that. Just got to remember to make sure you turn it off because it's a repeating subscription. So when you put it in there, just make sure that you, boom, Ivy Lomo. How are you? A lot of Ivies. Now, lots of free stuff. Check out Brandon Rith at Basic Wisdom. Tammy, we have lots of free shit out there, right? All my videos, we have all that. I just put out, I have another one coming out Sunday, which will help you with the options a little bit. Free on the free end. I'm not giving away any secrets, but it's a free stuff. We have my live every Tuesday. Erica, how are you? Also check out, I have FINRA. It's called FINRA Exam Prep SIE Series 7 and Series 6. We're over 4,000 people now. It's unbelievable. It's building and building and building. Great community. And according to Facebook, it's 2,900 active members. That's fucking insane. I'm outside the 2 minutes. That's good. Okay, that's insane. Harry Giannazzos. I hope I said it right. Okay, Sarah J, how are we doing? Okay, hope everyone's doing well. It's a happy Thursday. It's one more day to the weekend. We can get through it. And Becky, how are you? Oh, you're on your real name this time. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now, because I think you used to go under a different one, right? Your YouTube stuff. Okay. Everyone, I'm so happy to be on here. If we have questions and stuff, hit me up. Listen, I'm here to Jameson. I'm here to help you. I can do the tutoring. That's happy to do that. But if not, if I'm too expensive because I'm just a fucking bastard, go check out Michael Weiss over at Series7examtutor.com, and he'll help you out. Catherine, how are we doing? Okay. So I just put out a new video today talking about how crazy is that, right? So WhatsApp, everyone be careful when you're texting, okay? And this, I'm not sure it's going to show up in the exams, but understand that you need to make sure that anytime you're talking to clients, it's being monitored, okay? And that's what happened. I mean, a guy in August got an $8,000 fine, a $10,000 fine, suspensions. And the one guy was like, I didn't even know I did it. So if there's a real good, if you want to read about what FINRA does, okay? What STC Zoom? They're doing one for you guys? Interesting. I give up and they come in. Okay, so that's fine. Okay. I think the STC is fine. I think they're great. But I did it for free for like 8 months. Okay, so now, was going to say, just be careful of your text messages and stuff like that. And guys, if you didn't hear me before, the membership things, if you want to join the memberships for Sunday night, I'm happy to do them, right? So those are great. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and then 8 o'clock for the options. I also added in, if you go in the link, I don't know if you see it now, but maybe tomorrow, you can do it by the week instead of by the month. So if $50 a month is, getting into the pockets a little bit. Jackie, how are you? There's a movie about Jackie Brown, right? Okay. It's this way you can pay by the week. And remember, if you do the week one, okay, the bond buyer might be. That's just about new issues, okay? Lisa, I am doing well. How are you doing? Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, they're worth it. I know. Well, watch the lacrosse season. When that lacrosse season ends, you'll all be tested. You'll be done by then anyway. And like I said, I'll let them know. That that when I'm ready, because I do. There's going to be a couple days. Yep. Well, it depends, Catherine. It depends what you pay, right? So if you pay $20 a month, you're getting the options, not the classes. If you pay $25 a month, you're getting the classes and the options. If you pay the $50 a month, you're getting the options class plus the Series 25, the hour Zoom class on Sunday nights, plus the option videos. Make it clear. The $20 one gives you the option videos, okay? The $25 gives you the classes and the videos, and the $50 a month gives you the apps and classes on Sunday nights. Plus the boom, Jackie, we're gonna get you through it. Okay. On here, I can do them in the 7 class. I'm not gonna do the crazy shit here. Erica, you want me to give away my money? You want to give me away? You want me to give away my magic? You know there's another channel you can do. You can get free option stuff. I am a capitalist at heart. I can do the regular stuff, but I'm not giving away my free shit. Okay, I am greedy. I have bills to pay. And I think my shit's fucking worth it. So look, so we'll do some stuff. I mean, here's the thing, Erica. We can do them on the Sunday night thing. Absolutely. You're part of that. You can do that. I don't mind. That's behind the paywall because I want to get paid, motherfucker. Okay. Now, as I die, remember, what's the rule? If I die on camera, you guys better share the shit out of this because if I'm going to go, I want to go viral as a dead man. Okay. Let's get to the questions. Okay. Thursdays are always a little weird, right? Sometimes nobody comes on, and then we do, and sometimes so many people come on. I go to like midnight. Okay. Now, okay, Becky, I do like STC. Okay. Okay. Tim, boom, I love it. Oh, see, I said it. That's awesome. Okay. Boom, Johnny, I love it. Hopefully I'll see you Sunday night. Okay. We can go over parody. Okay, we can go over that. Now, I think the Zoom classes are good. Look, any vendor, Kaplan, here's my thing. I like STC. I like Notman. Kaplan's okay. It depends what teacher you get. Some of the teachers are good. Some are not so good. Okay. Most are fine. Here's the one good thing. The Kaplan videos are ass, but only because they make me look like I'm a teenager, those guys reading. But the teachers are actually pretty good. They're all pretty good. Okay. Now, okay. Moist Cow, how are you doing? You're done, aren't you? Hold on. Somebody, I know I saw it. Aiden, baby. Congrats. That's awesome. I knew you'd nail it. I knew you were going to be ready. So, now, again, here's my thing. I used to ask people what they saw on the exam. I don't give a shit, okay? We know what's on the exam. One-offs don't matter, okay? I can go over. Absolutely can do that, Erica. Okay. Okay. Boom, it's worth it, Becky. Yeah, you'll get some stuff, okay? Boom, I love it. That's awesome. Okay. So if you do this, you're right. Oh, did you? Oh, I'm sorry, but so you'll get so Catherine, hope I'm going to see you on Sunday night in the class then. You get the class plus the videos. Okay. Okay. I like my little button that mutes you when I cough. Okay. That's so I don't want to ask what's on it. I don't do that because it doesn't matter because everyone knows kind of what's on it. Were there any surprises? That's what I want to know. Did you see anything that surprised you? Because you're going to see. You're still in high school? Are you 18? You're kidding me. She must be. Now, here's the thing. So I was a 16-year-old senior, so I couldn't have done this shit, okay? So you must be 18 in there because I didn't think you could take these exams without being 18. But that's awesome. Stay on here. So here's a good thing. You can get, if you have all those licenses, there's not going to be a problem getting it. You're going to go to college, right? Yeah, that's true. They're from the 90s and they were 90 then. Okay, that's pretty funny. Okay. So Moist Cow, if you're going to college, there's no reason that you're not going to get some sort of internship. Start applying for internships now. So because if you're a senior, I hope, then you graduate, not this summer, enjoy this fucking summer. You know, after high school, just go get drunk, get laid, whatever it is. Man, I don't give a shit what you do. Get as much as you can. Okay. So Moist Cow, you're a kid. Enjoy your life. Okay? Enjoy your life, okay? If you did that, slow down. You're 18. There's no rush. You ever watch Gary Vee? You got time. You're way ahead of the game. That's awesome. It's going to be hard to get hired. So now you did 2 years of college. Now try to see if you can use that to focus your way into a big-ass a top 20 school to get that gets a target school, right? Do that and find the money. I'm not saying take out loans. I'm not a fan of that. But Moist Cow, if you're so ahead of the game, and that's awesome, that is severely impressive. But come on, be a kid. Have some good. Look, let me explain something to you. I make a ridiculous amount of money, way more than I should. Okay, way more than I should. Okay, I was I was D-Day. If you ever watch Animal House, I had no grade point average my first 2 years. I graduated high school with a 1.99 GPA. 1.9, 1.6, something ridiculously low. I'm not dumb. I passed all the exams. I never did I didn't do one term paper. I didn't do one homework for 4 years. I enjoyed it. Okay. And look where I am. So I enjoy it. I'm not telling you not to do it. I want you to finish, but try to do something mainstream so people, so people in the mainstream so that people hire you. But I would say if you've done 2 years already, get on the internship track. Seriously, get on that track and try to get some internships. It's fucking impressive how. Okay. Now let me get on this. So bond buyer. So what's the bond buyer, people? Okay. The bond buyer. You need the thing. Okay. Yeah, and Radina, read the other part. He's already done 2 years of college. That's fucking insane. Like we are not worthy. Okay, that's the shit. Okay. But I want you to be a kid. You can't even drink it legally, okay? Unless you're in Europe, okay? You're going to graduate college before you can drink alcohol. Well, I started college when I was 16. No, I was 17 as a freshman in college. So I was out, I was 20 so. Okay, that's fair, but I'm just saying, okay, now, the bond buyer is all about new issues for munis. That's all they talk about. That's what it is, okay? Pretty much new issues. They talk about munis only, okay? Taylor, not a lot. You'll get some options. Here's the thing. Okay, so you'll get some options. Yeah, Tim is great. He nailed this shit. Okay, so Tim, you'll get some option questions, 3 or 4. You will absolutely get. Here's the thing. I had one person said they saw 5 stock splits. Very simple, but they got them, and we'll go over them today. Okay. Math. I'm telling you, if you can do current yield, stock splits, parity, and maybe what else? I don't even know what else will be on the SIU's math. It's not a really heavy math problem. Okay. Jackie, remember, failing, you didn't fail till you're done, right? So you don't lose until you quit. That's the big thing. Okay. Right. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So lie, Moist. You're going to graduate in 2 months, right? Lie to them. Tell them that's the thing. So that's what I'm saying. You got to be more mainstream because you're going to not do that. Okay. I know it's stupid. I fucking hate past perfect, Chris. Okay. I do. Okay. Here we go. Let me get some questions. Okay. Let me get over his. Let me handle. Yeah, 2 months once you're done. Okay. There you go. Look at that. Putting people together. Okay. Here's the other thing, Moist Cow, and I sound so stupid. You see the link going down underneath? The FinPro Coalition. Join it and email them and tell them your situation. Explain your situation. Tell them you came from here. Okay. They came from Ken Finnan. I'm telling you, go on the FinProCoalition.com. They have recruiters on there. They have lawyers on there. They have people who build businesses. And check out Radina too. I'm telling you, this FinPro Coalition is a thing for individuals, not the firms. Remember, that's what we're doing. Okay. Nick, Chris, you're up next. I'm going to get it. So taking the 66 Saturday, that's good. So no more tests, right? Okay. And check out Radina's stuff. Okay. Good, Moista. Now email them. Okay, awesome. Email them and say, listen, explain your situation. Boom. Explain your situation. Okay. Boom. I love it, Johnny. You know you're going to do it. So Moist Cow, email them and say, listen, explain your situation and say, I'm not getting internships. Can anyone help me? See what they do. I'm telling you right now, with your situation, they'll fine. Okay. Test Geek videos are pretty good. Okay. I think mine are better, obviously, but I think Test Geek Demand videos are pretty good. They'll help you. So, Nick, no test tomorrow. Go through quick and dirty. Just take it easy, not heavy testing tomorrow, and go nail it and make sure you get some good sleep. And tomorrow night, go with the girl, guy, whatever it is, have a good time, get a massage, just relax. Okay. I will definitely do stock splits. I'll do this. Okay. Now, I want to get to him and then I'm going to come back. Okay. But listen, Moiska, it is fucking insane that you did all that still in high school and you did the college. You must not sleep at all. Okay. The administrators empowered. That's why I'm saying just do the mainstream stuff. Okay. Oh, Nick, you're fine. You're fine. Okay. The administrator is empowered to revoke the registration of an investment advisor if the investment advisor has. Okay. Here's the thing with Past Perfect. Okay. Investment advisors are firms. We agree on that. There is one small situation, very rare that they don't talk about, that an advisor could be an individual, and that's when it's a sole prop. I let that shit go. So you have to kind of open it up. So they wouldn't, less Roman numerals on the real exam, okay? So they're basically going to say if it's incompetent, you can't find it, right? If you can't find it, so here's the deal. So it's you went out of business, you're judged to be mentally incompetent, you're dead, or you moved, and they can't find you. Okay, and they have to give you the opportunity to be heard. So that's the deal on that. Okay, so yeah, again, Chris, don't sweat the whole advisor is a firm. Not, I mean, because they say another thing. One of the to be an IA, you have to pass a qualification exam. Well, no one can. I mean, how can a firm do that? So don't overthink the shit. Just don't worry about it. There's going to be less Roman rules than you think. Okay. Now, let me get the whiteboard up and running. I should do it ahead of time, but that would take actual forethought. My genius is that I don't have any forethought at all. Okay. Nick, throw it in. That's what we're here for. Throw it in. No, I don't want my email on Zoom. And remember, guys, I'm coming out. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So don't sweat it too much. Don't overthink it, because an advisor in a small situation could be an individual. He says that's what I'm saying. Don't fight this shit. Okay. Skip on creating new portrait. Okay, good. Okay. So now let me share screen. Oh, actually, I have a better idea. No, I'll do the share screen. Why not? Let me get the. Where are you? Kind of a parity. I'll do yield curve and then parity. Okay. I love the yield curve one. If I can do it on this screen now. Share screen. Sweet chariot. Okay, boom. Okay. So here we go. So let's say we have a 8% IBM convert, right? Debenture. Covert, secret, convert. Debenture, and it's trading at 105. I'll say, and I'll make it bigger so we can all read it. Amy gets mad at me when I don't do it big. Okay, so now this must be from Texas, right? Everything's bigger there right now. Let's say it converts at 25. Now remember something. They could either say it converts at 25, and then you have to do the math, or they say it converts into 40 shares. Boom. Okay. That is that it could. So if they say it converts into 25, you have to do the convertible math, the ratio math. If they don't, if they say it turns into 40 shares, they already did it for you. Remember that. Okay. So here's the deal. Converts at 25. Now let's say the common is trading at 27. The question is, would you convert a parity? So let's do this. First step is always par divided by the convertible price, right? First step is always par, 1,000, divided by the convertible price, 25. Everyone do that math? I know you know how to do it. Boom. That's going to be 40. So that means you get 40 shares for every bond you convert. So that's 1,000 divided by 25 gives you the ratio. Boom. Oh, Karen, you messaged and you pulled it back. Hold on now. Okay. So now, let me see. Hold on. Let me get back to this. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, Flamor, you're fine. Especially if is it Dr. Gamee Brooke, how are you doing, my man? Let's get back to this thing. I got to get back to this screen. Okay. So it's 40-1. Okay. So 40-1. And Flamor, I'll get to you. So it's 40-1. Okay. That means you get 40 shares here for every bond you convert. Now your choice is here. Either you're going to take the 105 and divide by 40 to get that parity. You guys can do the math. I don't have a calculator. Yeah, so you're fine with past perfect and capping if that's what you're doing, because those scores are fine. You're in good shape. But just make sure you do customer count today before. So we're going to do 1050 because it's really 1,050 divided by 40. That gives me 26.25. So that's where the stock should be trading. Okay. So it should be trading at 26.25. That's parity on the one side. That's like bond parity. Okay. I never know which one to say, but I just go with that one. Okay. So now that's 26.25. That's the one thing. Okay. Now let's say they don't want that. Say they want to know where should the bond be trading to be equal to the common. Okay. So let's do that. I don't know how to erase. They do not have an erase tool anymore? course not. I don't have a backup button. Oh, here we go. I don't know what it is. I'll roll. But so let's do it this way. So now I'm going to do instead, you either you do the bond price divided by the ratio, or you do the stock price, okay, of 27 times the ratio. So you either do either one. It doesn't matter. And then you can figure shit out. So 27 times 40, 27 times 40 equals 1,080. Okay. So that's parity. Okay. Let me put it in here. So then that's when you compare. So that's parity. It's not hard. First you do is you do par divided by the convertible price. Then you either divide the bond price by that ratio, or you multiply the stock. It doesn't matter which one you do. And then you compare. So look, this is 1,080. It's higher than 1,050. So I think that I would convert the bond. Because if I convert it at 105 and I get 40 shares at 27, I'm going to get $1,080 worth of stock. That's better than paying 1,050. That's parity. Okay. Boom. Stop sharing. Oh, I'll do the yield curve. Okay. Boom. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, the NVIDIA popped, right? Okay. Okay, Karen, I will get to that. Okay, boom. Okay. If you have time, I would get the achievable to boom. Okay. Damn, Brooke, that's awesome. Okay, hold on. I think we want to do yield curve too. Let's see if it works. Okay, so we have this is our interest rates, and these are the years. Boom. And I'll get to everyone's questions, I promise. Okay. Yeah, Tim was an animal. I swear to God, Tim was an animal. Okay. You're taking the S. Oh, there you're taking the S666 on Monday. Remember, pay attention on that. So let's say this never draws as well as the other one, but let's see. So let's say we have 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%. Let me make them a little bigger. It's hard to do on this whiteboard, so I apologize if it looks bad. And this should be 4. And then we have really have to go back to the other whiteboard. That's like 1 year, 5 years. God, people overthink this shit too. Okay. And I do videos on this. So 15, 20. So this is the years. Okay. So hope you can see that. This is, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Okay. So here's what happens. So if you have a short-term yield, let's see, will it work? Okay. So if you have a short-term yield, okay, I wish I knew how to undo this shit. Oh, well, I'm dealing with it. Okay. So now this is a short. So we have the short end. Okay. So let's see will this work if I do this? Okay, good. Okay. No, okay. Oh, well, you can't play around with this shit. Okay. So now, oh, here we go. Maybe delete. There we go. So if you have a short-term yield, okay, it's going to, you understand, if you borrow money for a very short time, the yields are going to be shorter, okay? So the yields are lower. So a 1-year bond may be under 1%, but as you get longer and longer, it's going to be more and more. It's going to be more and more. So you borrow money for a longer time. So that's young OG, love you. So now here's our yield. So this is a normal yield curve, okay? Then as the Federal Reserve starts raising rates, it's going to go higher and higher. I can't get it to go higher, but I can do this, I guess, right? Can't get it to go lower, but oh well. So the point is, here it is. It's steep, and as the Federal Reserve starts raising rates, it starts flattening. The short-term yields start getting higher and higher, and then boom. Then we go this, and then it would go. I can't get it to go that way because this whiteboard sucks that way. Hold on. So then you would have an inverted curve, right? So then you would have this. That the short-term yields, Micah, how are you? So as the Fed raises rates, so we'll go back to that, right? So here we go. We have it down. As the Fed raises the rates, the short-term yields go up more than the long-term yields. Again, don't overthink it too much, okay? So the point is, a yield curve is just measuring that short-term yields, okay, are going to usually be lower than long-term yields. This is like a normal curve. Short-term yields are lower than long-term, but then if the Fed starts raising rates, these rates are going to start going up faster than these rates, okay? Because remember, prices move faster on long-term, but yields go faster in short-term. And then it's going to create what they call an inverted curve, which is usually a sign of a recession. It's not that big a deal. It's not going to be heavily tested. Okay. God, it's been forever, right? Boom. Hopefully it's going to happen soon, my man. Okay. Jamie, that's awesome. I appreciate it. Okay. That's right, Jamie. Your time to shine now, right? And again, Erica, that's the way it is. That's the thing. The test past perfect goes way too fucking deep in it. They go so deep in it, so deep. Just remember, the Federal Reserve is raising rates, then the short-term yields go up, and it creates a inverted yield curve. Okay. So I think we answered that question. Yeah, Chris, I think we nailed that. Okay. Boom. Johnny, we're going to nail it, right? You're going to nail this, okay? Boom, take your time. Tomorrow, boom. Okay, I appreciate it. Watch the short margin. Remember, tomorrow night, before you take it, go take your girl out. Do whatever you have to do to relax. I'll leave it at that. Then go watch the customer counts either in the morning or the night before. Promise you, it's easy. It's low-hanging fruit, like opening accounts, shit like that. It's low-hanging fruit, and it's heavily enough tested, okay? And remember, the people, yeah, I'm telling you, Young, you're right. They are, okay? Here's my deal on this. Remember, I'd say get the test. If you want to, here's the thing. I'm okay with getting the Teskey on-demand videos. He's pretty good, okay? He's fine, okay? So his good stuff is good and it's entertaining, okay? Well, it's informative, okay? Tiffany, you're going to nail it, okay? So Taylor, I hope that helped a little bit, okay? Taylor, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the math. Seriously, let the fucking math go, Taylor. It's not bad. You could technically do no math on the SI and get a 90. Okay. Okay, Tiffany, we're gonna nail this, right? You're gonna nail it. Keep focusing on adding knowledge, and then from about the 10th, 13th on, then start banging out finals. One a day. Never do more than one a day. Nick, you're fine. If you're getting 80s on the green lights, you're boom. Okay. Nick, you went. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so discretion, right? So here's the thing. So here's the beginning of his question. This is always about whether you have to do discretionary or not. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so here's the deal. If to have discretion, the rep. So if I have discretion, I can choose anything. If I don't have discretion, okay, I don't have yeah, XYZ, absolutely. So if I don't have discretion, okay, then I can only choose time and price. So if the customer calls me up and says, "Hey, buy 1,000 shares of Bank of America at the market," boom, okay, that's fine. I can do the order because they gave me the buy, sell, the amount, and the asset. But if they say, "Oh, buy 1,000 shares of a bank stock," well, I have to choose the rep. So I have to choose the security. So I need discretion. I need power of attorney. So the whole point here is let's go through your question. Which of the following? Okay, the price they don't do, and the time. Okay. So if the rep chooses, okay, hold on. Right. So, okay. So we're going to do this. So you can choose time and price. So it says the agent is considered to be exercising discretion if the client does not choose which to the security or the number of shares bought and sold. That's what, if the customer doesn't say buy or sell, the amount, and the security, then you have to have you have to have written a power of attorney in hand before you do anything. Okay. In your hand. Okay. Boom. Okay. Boom, Jillian. I'm so happy. Julian. I'm glad they're helping. Just keep grinding and adding. You're gonna nail this. I have a good feeling. Okay. Okay. So Nick, that's all it is. And if it's an IA, they can have verbal authorization, but if it's a broker dealer, they have to have it in hand. Okay. Yeah, you're good, Flamore. Just keep going through the questions. Do one a day. Review everything. Keep adding knowledge. Watch the one video. I have the playlist that says 24 hours before the 7. You can take that one, right? And we'll go from there, right? So, and then make sure, like I say to everyone, if you're taking the 7, make sure you goddamn read customer accounts the day before, the night before. That should be the last thing you do. And if you have STC, go through the crunch time facts. If you have the Kaplan, go through their exam tips. You have Notman. Notman's awesome. I'll do that, Mike V. It's hard to do that, but I will. So Notman has a class summary. They're good. So, like, in reality, there's 3 vendors that I'm okay with, right? Like, if you're going to buy it yourself, if you're going to buy Kaplan yourself, just buy the Notman. There's a lot more stuff on there. I have links for that, okay? Flamore, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You got Notman, you got STC, you got Achievable. Achievable is great. Here's my thing about Achievable. Their questions are good, but the way they explain shit is better than anyone else. They explain shit like you don't know your stuff. They're not condescending. They teach it like they're explaining it like you need to know it. Kind of like what I do with my students. Sometimes I assume they don't know anything, so I try to explain it on a regular basis, and that's what they do. And Fillmore, if you're scoring 60s, 70s, and you're getting some 70s on Kaplan and Past Perfect, you're ready. Just keep adding knowledge and go over that stuff on the day before. No tests, okay? Karen, yes, depending when you're taking it, okay? If I'm telling you, Achievable will explain everything better. I promise you. I promise you, Achievable will help. And then what you do is you do Kaplan. You take the Kaplan questions and the Achievable questions, go back and forth, and bang, you'll nail this damn test. Okay. That's good. That's good. I like. So here's the thing. No. Get through the book first. But if you get the Achievable, they do it like they do they do like one section, you do like 5 questions. Then you do another section. It's all flows through. You can go on the website and just do the peek inside. You don't have to pay anything yet. Just go in the peek inside. They let you do like half a chapter. See what it's like. And if you like the way it is, go buy it. Okay. That's the way to do it. And I got a link in here, and I think there's a discount code in there too. That Brooks, that's awesome that you're nailing it. Okay. That's awesome. That's incredible. That's fucking incredible. So now you're just going to hang out. You're in no rush. But you don't want your licenses to go away. But that's awesome. Just every 3 years, just bump a couple options in, and you're good. I'm telling you, volatility helps. I know NVIDIA is so fucking big right now. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Mike Gill, what's up? Okay. Jamie, I'm so happy. Keep it going. You're good. If you're high 60s, low 70s on Kaplan, you're probably in good shape. Okay. If you're getting high 60s, low 70s, and review the wrong answers. Are they complicated questions? Are they super convoluted? If they are, then boom. Okay. That's it. Yes, Taylor, do that. Okay. Do that, Taylor. 100%. I like that. Okay. Get through the whole stuff and then go back and do the quizzes. See what we actually retained. Okay. You're gonna be Jamie. Just take your time. If you're in the high 60s, low 70s, see if it's because it's confusing and stuff like that. If it is, then you're good. If it's because you don't know your shit, then you got to keep reading. And anything go do on your exams, do the performance tracker. Anything under 70, reread or watch a video. Okay. Okay. So Mike V. Okay. And XYZ, I'll hit some stuff. So can it be both a broker dealer and an IA? Okay. Okay, we'll work on that. Okay. Okay. Pooja, how are you? Okay. Now, can a company be both a broker dealer and IA? Yes. Okay. 100%. A broker, it can be. On the exam, they pretty much don't do that. They're usually either broker dealer or an IA. So I want you to think of like Robinhood as a broker dealer. They execute transactions. Robinhood is like a broker dealer. Okay. They just execute transactions. They don't give it. They give advice. They don't charge for the advice. All they do is pay for transactions. And if it's a broker dealer, if it's a broker side, they charge commissions. Remember, ABC, agent, broker, commission. And if it's a dealer or a market maker, they do PDM, principal dealer markup. Okay, boom. Now, there you go. You got it, Young. Now, if it's an IA, I know, Abuja, I'm so happy you came on. You nailed all these exams. You're moving on. Hope you're making millions. Okay, now an IA is harder to explain. It's a firm that charges to manage your money or give advice. They can charge commissions a little bit, but they don't execute. So broker dealers are broker dealers, IAs are IAs. In the real world, like a Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, they're both, okay? But I like to think of them as they're really two firms under an umbrella, right? So now, yeah, exactly, Nick. The wording was bad on that. Okay, so now a broker dealer is like it's like a Jeffries or a Robinhood. They don't manage money; they just charge commissions. Okay, Robinhood. What's the other one? There's another one that was one of those online ones. Like Schwab used to just be that. Now they're everything, right? But an IA is a firm that just gives advice. Like if you drive through a local town, you'll see like Chatham Wealth Management or Ticonderoga Wealth Management or something like that. They're just giving advice. They're not broker dealers. Okay. Yes. Well, you have Mike. If you have the 66, yes. Jameson, welcome to the membership class replays. You're going to watch some of that. That's good. Okay. Now, boom. I appreciate Pooja. No, here's the thing. You give me way too much credit. Okay. Look. Here's the thing. You're doing killing it. Yes, I help. I didn't get you through that. You got yourself through it. I'm telling you right now. You can give me all the credit you want, all the accolades, whatever it is. It's not me. It's you. Because I can do this shit, right? This is fine. I help. But I'm telling you right now, if you don't do the work, you're not passing this, okay? Karen, we're gonna get you past that, I promise, okay? So again, an IA is a firm that just gives advice, okay? Like a Betterman or what's the other one? Fisher Investments. All they do is give advice, and then when they get an order, they give it to a broker dealer. So broker dealer executes, okay? Yes, and I'm gonna get to your thing, okay? Hold on, I think I jumped, okay. Julian, you're gonna nail it, okay? Johnny, I'll get to you, okay? Hold on. Sometimes the vendors, if that's a vendor question, sometimes the vendor suitability is kind of shit because they go so boom. Okay. Boom, Young. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I love that you're done and you're still coming on here. Makes me feel good. I do. No, I get that. I explain that. I accept I help. But if you don't do the work, you're not passing, right? So anyone who says, "Oh, I helped them," I'm not saying I don't. I have an ego and I say I do. But I'm telling you, it's much more. You don't pass. You don't pass. So you can pat yourself on the back as much as you pat me on the back. Like I get people send me all the students they send. I try not to do it, but they send me stuff all the time. I got a coat, like a vest once they sent me. I helped them out. Got some guys sending me a bunch of wine. It's awesome, and I go, that's great. But you did the work. All I did was send you on the way. I mean, I'm helping you. Yes, but as much as you say I helped you, you need to really pat yourself on the back because you did a good job too, Pusha and Young. Okay. Karen, we're going to do the best. Okay, now. So I answered that, okay? Yeah, we'll talk about that, MV. So now, yeah, so again, I said this already. Do the quiz, go through the whole thing and then go back and do the quizzes, see it retained. I think that's super smart. So I say, so Moist Cap. So what I say when I tell people to take tests, I don't use it as a practice tool. I use it as to see where you're weak. So I always say, look, if you get a bad score on a test, don't be pissed. You're just finding out where you're weak, right? That's all you're doing is finding out where your weakness is. You should be happy, not happy, but you should be okay. I now know where I suck, so I can build that up. And that's what we do. That's the point of testing. Testing is not studying. Testing is seeing where you're weak. That's why, again, I'm not a fan of taking the test as before. There's no upside. If you do bad on it, you're going to screw up in the next day. If you do well on it, you go, I should have been there anyway. There's no upside. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Young, I look forward to these days too. I absolutely do. I look forward to these days all the time. They're nerve-wracking sometimes. Understand, sometimes getting on here is nervous because you're always worried that somebody's going to hit you with a question that makes you look like shit. Or the fact that it'll be a 0 and no one show up. I worry about that all the time. Okay. So guys, also, if again, the membership's up. Sometimes people think the membership is too expensive, and that's fine. So if you're going to do the weekly, I have links in the thing that'll help that you can buy on that. Okay. The questions that get me confused is this. Okay. So understand something. So if you sell out of your, so remember this. So selling out of your inventory. So think PIDM. I usually do PDM, but for this, I'll do PIDM. Principal, inventory, dealer, markup. That's the dealer. Principal, PDM, principal, dealer, markup. Hit the I in there. for inventory. So if you're selling out of your own inventory, you're a dealer. That's still a broker-dealer, okay? You're not an agent, you're a broker-dealer, okay? You're acting as a dealer. So broker-dealer is the name of the firm. So the broker is acting as a broker part. The dealer is a dealer part, but they still call it a broker-dealer. It's just which part you're doing. Brokers use their agent, agency, broker, commission, ABC. You're acting as a broker, you charge a commission. That's all it is, okay? So it's not it's not that hard, but the books don't do a great job. So agent, broker, commission, you act as a broker, you're acting as a commission, and you can be an agent, like an agent, and work for them. Just keep, like, you remember something. I do this for the 65, 66, and 63. I have a chart that I do. I go, broker up here on top, that's a firm. They register with the SEC, FINRA, and the state. Then below that, who works for the broker is the agent. Now, before I move on, the broker can act as either a dealer, which is principal and markup, or they can act as a broker, which is agent and commission, okay? And broker is a commission. The agent is an individual that works for the broker-dealer. They register FINRA and the state only, okay? Then we jump over to the IA side. An IA is a firm, that gives advice, and they charge for the advice. Broker-dealer can't charge for the advice. IAs can. So IA, boom, we have that. The IA is a firm that gives advice. They register either SEC or state, depending on how much money they have. Mike, I'm getting you there, okay? So an IA would register at the state level. If they have 100 million or less, they register at the state level. If they go over 100 million, they can register SEC or state. If they go over 110, they have to register with the SEC. If they give advice on mutual funds, they have to register with the SEC. If they are in 15 or more states, that's Mike, this is where you get in. If you're in 15 or more states, then you are allowed to register with the SEC, okay? Okay, now again, if you are registered in 15 states or more, the SEC will allow you to register at the state level versus the register at the SEC level versus the state level. You don't have to, okay? Now, they want growth in income and best choice of mutual fund or large cap stocks. There has to be more to it than that, right? There has to be more to it than that. Why was large cap the answer? Because remember, here's the thing, not every mutual fund is a growth in income. There are bond funds, there are value funds, there are growth funds, there are income funds. There's all these different types of funds. So mutual fund is way too fucking broad. We don't know, okay? So that's the problem, okay? So the problem here, if I get back, it gets brighter. If I get closer, it gets darker. Oh, because of the light. So let's go back. Let there be light. Okay, so now, if the mutual fund, yeah, and the mutual fund does pay annual, but a lot of large caps pay dividends, and certain mutual funds. But the thing is, it's not saying which kind of mutual fund. So there's a lot of types of mutual funds. So that's why large caps are better. On this test, large caps are more like value stocks. They pay dividends and they have growth. That's kind of the deal on this, okay? Hope that helps, Johnny Blaze. Okay. So yeah, if you work for, here's the thing. So do you do trade? Here's the thing. Do you actually do the trades or do you do it through a broker dealer? Okay. Yes, it is green bun. Okay. So now, because if you don't have a job yet, it'll help you get a job. Okay. It's not like world ending, like change your world, but it will help. Looks good on your resume to have the SIE and the 6 and the 66. And the 66 is a lot harder than the SIE. It is a lot harder. Okay. If you're taking meetings and giving advice, that's fine. If you're trading and you're doing it through a broker dealer, you may not be an agent. If you don't work for a broker dealer, you're not an agent. Okay. If you have the 7 and the 63, then you're an agent. If you only have the 65, then you don't have anything. So you might be an advisor that trades, but you use a broker dealer. Okay. Right. So but you're submitting it to a broker dealer, right? So you don't work for a broker dealer, do you? Do you have the 6 or the 7 or the 63? If you don't, what happens is that's a platform that you're a customer of whatever broker dealer it is. Yeah, it's a Thompson. I forgot what it is, but it's my guy knows the name of it, but it's an execution platform, and it's probably connected to a broker dealer. Because if you're not, you would know if you're a broker dealer, because you can't do trades unless if you have a 7 and a 63, unless you're a customer of a broker dealer. That's the way it is. Okay. Okay, I'll get to that, Karen. That's a good question. Okay. Oh, somebody asked about the crude stuff. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to do something. Whoever asked about the crude, I'm going to put it in here first. Hold on. Go watch the video first. It's going to help. It's wow. I hit the home screen. You should see what shows up on my YouTube home screen. Based on that, whatever. I'm not going to say anything. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Crude. Here we go. Oh, motherfucker. Happens every time. Hope it didn't kill me. Let's see. Oh, it said one of my streams are down. That's why. Okay. Boom. Let me catch up. So whoever asks about their accrued interest, do that one first. Just remember, here's the deal. Remember, they're not going to ask you days. They just want to know what it is. So remember, there's a video to do the math, but I'm going to do this. If it's a corporate or a muni, it's a 30-day month, okay? Yeah, you got to get the 79 for more. Okay. So if you are a corporate or a muni, they use a 30-day month and it's T+2. If you are a treasury, they use actual days. So it's going to be 31 for January, 28 for February, 31 for March, 30 for April, that kind of thing. Okay. That's the deal there. So that's the deal. So there's the video on how to do it. But I'm going to tell you right now, if it's a corporate or muni, it's a 30-day month, no matter what it is. And it's T+2. And it's a 360-day year. If it's a treasury, it's actual days, 31, and a 365 year, plus it's T+1. Hopefully that should help. That's most of the exam will be. Okay. Okay. Duration is how much. Duration is interest rate risk. Okay. So here's the thing. Convexity is hard to explain in a sentence. It's like the fact that things don't move linearly. Okay. So duration is interest rate risk. The long duration means very volatile interest rate risk. Okay. Convexity is more like if you look at this, right? So here's like a long-term bond and a short-term bond. This is going to move more based on interest rates, but it's not exact. It's almost like these may move more than this. The convexity is the difference between like how much this moves versus this moves versus this moves. And it may not be like this. It may be like the middle ones move a little bit more. So the point is it's not a straight line. So convexity will never be the fucking answer. But convexity is, I always say, duration is how much it moves. Convexity is how fast it moves, okay? So the point is, convexity is the difference between how fast this moves and how fast this moves. That's the difference. Duration is how much it moves. That's the way I think about it. Okay. Again, Green Bun, I am a big fan of getting the essay and the 66 done before you even look for jobs, okay? Because it makes it puts you on a different level. Getting the SIE in a couple years, everyone will have it in college, okay? But on the 66 and 63 and 65, most people don't know that you can take them. Okay. So that's all. Okay. If you can, Green Bun, go to all of them. If you can get a job at a JP Morgan, Merrill Lynch, or Bank of America and get a salary, go there. A lot of the smaller ones can't pay salaries. Where if you can get into the analyst program, if you can make 100 grand a year. I think the base is like 95 or 110. It's a 2-3 year program and you grind, but make a lot of money. Okay. So you have the 7 and once okay. So right, so there you go. So then you probably are working for both, okay? So remember, so Mike, you're not an advisor, right? You're not an advisor. You're an IAR. So you'll never be federal covered. I didn't see the context. You work for a firm and you work for a broker-dealer, okay? You probably work for both, like a JP Morgan, something like that. You put trades in, okay? And you're going to be doing trades. You have the 7. Once you get the 66, you'll be an IAR and an agent. You will not be an IA. An IA is a firm. A broker-dealer is a firm. You'll be an IAR. You'll always be a state IAR. there's no federally covered human beings. I'll put it that way. Human beings are not federally covered. Okay. So now, Karen, when you have the 7 and the 66, you're a registered rep and a dual agent IAR. And you have to make sure when you talk to your customers, right? So when you talk to your customers, they have to know what hat you're wearing. If you have your broker-dealer customers, it doesn't matter as much. But if you have some customers that are IA only, like management only, then you have to at least let them know that you say, oh, I'm acting as an agent now or an IAR, so they know whether you have a fiduciary responsibility or not. I mean, with Reg BI, you still have to do fiduciary, but the IARs are held to a much higher standard. Okay? Well, okay, so most of my stuff was I started at a hedge fund doing risk arbitrage, that's mergers and takeovers. I was 20 when I started there. And then after about 2 years, I moved over to a smaller firm, do the same thing. Then I started working on the stock exchange. I started working on the stock exchange right around 91, 92. I was on there for a little bit in the late 80s, and I actually was a runner. The best part was I was 13, 12 years old. I was a runner for a broker-dealer firm. I was running all over the city all summer long. It was crazy. I was making, I think, 300 a week in 1982, which is insane. That's a lot of money for a 13-year-old. It's fucking crazy, okay? Again, yeah, I absolutely think you should go to the bigger firms first. That's the best place, Green Bond. Then I worked in the stock. Then I went to college. I was young. So then after I graduated, I started working at the hedge fund. They actually started before I graduated. And then I worked for a couple of years. I went to the stock exchange, was doing that until 2009. Then I switched over to compliance, and I started being compliance officer, and I ran compliance for a prop trading firm. Those on equities, okay? I can do that. Elizabeth, I absolutely get to your tax stuff. Okay. It's easy stuff. So now, then I started going to compliance, and I started teaching in 2006, this shit, as a side job, and then it took over. Okay. So let me go through some of this other stuff that Elizabeth said. Hold on. I know she asked a question I wrote. Okay. Okay. First of all, go watch I have a taxes baby video in the Series 7, but let's talk. Okay, Elizabeth Hoffman, let's get to it. Okay. So first of all, if you have a gain, there are only 3 things that are gains, capital gains or losses. Okay. There are only 3 things that are capital gains or losses. One, yeah, I'm telling you right now, it changed everything, right? So, I appreciate it. But yeah, I flipped. I almost make more now than I did when I worked at Credit Suisse. Okay. Back in the long day ago. Okay. So now, so there are 3 things that are capital gains. One, there are other teachers. There's somebody would have filled this spot up. So, this isn't really a talent. I can just talk a lot. Okay. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate compliance. It's interesting, but I hated it. I did it. I was a chief compliance. Issues with it. Like it's a lot of paperwork. Now I ran compliance for a trading firm, so it's fun because I had 350 day traders. There we go. Okay. Are we back up and running? I hate this. I hate that around 9:30 my internet starts kicking out. I don't know what's going on. It's like the government coming after me. Now, back to this. 3 things are capital gains. There's only 3 things that are capital gains. I would like to do, never mind. So buy and sell, option expiration, okay? Nah, I didn't play. No, trust me. I lived in a town where I wasn't the richest kid. Kids were getting $200-300 in allowance. Okay, so and then the third thing was I've always been the poor kid in the town. So the $300 a week was okay, but I mean these were kids at 17 had Porsches. Okay, it's fucking crazy. So now, I was literally the poorest kid in my town. Yeah, it's fucking great. In 1984, think about that. Okay, so now, buy and sell, option expiration, and mutual fund distribution of capital gains. Those are the only 3 things that are capital gains. Everything else is ordinary income. So now let's talk about that. So if you do capital gains and it's long term, you tax at a lower rate. If it's a year or less, then it's taxed as ordinary income. Okay, if it's a year or less, it's taxed as ordinary income. Now, let's talk about, and it's not harder than it. Watch my taxes video. But here's the thing on dividends. If you get a dividend, it's taxed as ordinary income. Boom, right? 30, 35% every time you get it, even if you invest. Remember that. Even if you reinvest your dividends, if you have a mutual fund and you choose to reinvest your dividends, you're still paying taxes because the IRS says, well, you grabbed it, you touched it, you had it. So you pay on it. Okay. Moving on that. If you have stock and you own it for more than 60 days before the X day and after the X day, they actually drop the rate. So it's called a qualified dividend, which means you pay the long-term capital gains rate. So if you have a stock and you've held it for 60 days before the X date and after, you will get it'll be taxed at a lower rate, which is great. So going forward, that's why stocks are efficient, because even though you're getting dividends over time, you're getting taxed at a lower rate after like the first or second one. On to that now. Okay. Now, what was I going to say? So now, if it's a mutual fund, you don't get that. It's always ordinary income. And there's no qualified dividend on the mutual funds. Remember that. So mutual funds are always taxable. Everything about a mutual fund is taxable. And the dividends are always taxed as ordinary income. But their capital gains distribution is usually long-term, which means you get a lower. Green Bun, thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate you saying that. We're going to get through the 66. You're going to get it. Not a legend. I think I'm changing lives a little bit, but sometimes for the worse. Okay, so now, Elizabeth, I hope that helps a little bit. Now they get me to the VA. Variable annuities. Annuities in general. Doesn't matter if variable or fixed. Annuities are non-qualified unless they say otherwise, okay? Annuities are non-qualified unless they say otherwise. So if they're non-qualified, the money goes in after tax. So say you put in 20 grand, okay? Hold on, let me do it this way. It's probably easier. Hold on, let me put up what you're actually asking me. Where are you? Boom, there you go. Okay. I would never invite if they didn't want. I don't know. Okay. Boom, that's awesome. Boom, you're gonna nail it, Elizabeth. We're gonna get you through that. Okay. So let me do the annuities now for a second. Okay. The whole life, I would never recommend a whole life. But I guess if the person has a steady income and they don't, and I don't know why you like a universal is always so much better. Whole life over variable, that's an easy one. If they don't want risk, right? If they don't want any risk, they would do you do a variable life insurance. But it's better to say, why would you choose a universal over whole? Universal, if you don't have a steady stream of income and you need to either pay, maybe you have up and down pay, you may want to do universal because whole life is fixed. Okay. So let's say you put 20K. Why wasn't it typed? 20K into your annuity. Variable, it doesn't matter. Now let's say it grows to 100 grand. Okay. You put in 20, it goes 100. Now remember, annuities are non-qualified. If they say qualified, this doesn't matter. If it's a qualified annuity, you're taxed on the whole 100 grand when you take it out because you never pay taxes on it. Okay. But I'm not going that route. I'm doing the non-qualified. Okay. So now the non-qualified is this. You put the money in, this 20 grand has been taxed. Okay. It has been taxed. Now, as it goes on, it grows and grows and grows up to 100 grand. This part right here has not been taxed yet. It's growing tax deferred. Okay, that growth is tax deferred. So we're going to say that grows tax deferred. Okay, hold on. There it is. Grows tax deferred. We're okay with it. Now, say we get to 100 grand and you decide to withdraw it. If you're over 59 and a half, we're good. You just pay. Now, if you're over 59 and a half, no penalty. If you're under 59 and a half, you will pay a penalty. Okay. So, and remember, so always remember, whenever there's a non-qualified account, it's done LIFO because they like to fuck you over. Okay. Boom. Okay. Yeah. So Elizabeth, if it's a qualified annuity, your cost basis is 0. If it's a non-qualified annuity, your cost basis is 20. And again, they like to fuck you over. So the LIFO is coming out. What they're going to do is when you start taking the money out, you start here and you work your way back. So the first 80,000, right, is taxed. And then the last 20 is you're getting your money back. Return to principal. Remember, if your cost basis is 0, then you pay tax on everything. But that's not the case here, okay? Now, 20K is your cost basis that's been taxed. Then everything above it is taxable. but they start here and go back so that the first 80 grand you take out is taxable. Okay. Okay. Yes. 10% penalty before 59 and a half. If you're 59 and a half, then you're good to go. Now, hope that helps a little bit. Now, here's the question for you. Here's where people get screwed up. If you want to annuitize, you can annuitize at any age. You don't have to be 59 and a half. And in this case, what you have to know is that each payment. So if you have a Sam, that's awesome. I help. Okay. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, I have a video on that, but yeah, I'll talk about it real quick. So now, here we go. So now, if we take the payout, remember that as you're doing annuity, we're getting paid every month. It's going to be partially taxable and taxable. Let's do that right. And partially return of capital or principal. Okay. Which means you're not taxed on that part. So if you do the annuity payment, they don't know when you're going to die. So they have to do each payment. So if you get paid out, if you get paid out, each payment is going to be partially taxable as a growth and partial return of capital, which is not the growth, which is your principal, which is not taxed. Boom. Okay. We're going to kill this soon. Okay. Now, let's see. So a couple things. So as far as math goes, for the 7, I'm probably not going to cover everything. Tax equivalent yield, options, and all that, the break evens. You got to know how to do current yield. You have to know how to do maybe. I'll get into the fundamentals. So let's start with stock splits, tax equivalent yield, option math, stock splits. I might have said that already. Okay, on the regular math, that's probably it. If I can't think of anything else, right? Amortization and accretion. Boom, Elizabeth, that's awesome. I love it. I love it. Boom, light bulb. Okay, so now accretion, amortization, maybe accrued interest. That's about it on the math on that side. Now on the fundamental, the math you may have to do is PE ratio, earnings per share. Maybe it's not. I have a video on it, but it's called resistance. I think resistance is futile because it's about fundamental and technical and resistance and all that crap, and support. So it's on the fundamental side, you have to know basics. What's on a balance sheet for the most part versus an income statement. Not drill down and make you do the math, but you have to know how to do current ratio. You have to know how to do earnings per share. You have to know how to do PE ratio. You may even have to do price to book, which is easy. Remember something. We're fucking morons. It's easy. PE ratio is market price divided by earnings. P over E. Price to book is price, market price over the book value. P over B. Earnings per share is the earnings divided by the shares. We're morons. It's easy stuff. Current ratio is not as easy. Is current assets divided by current liabilities. Working capital is our current assets minus our current liabilities. There's not a big math test. Fundamental is most of the fundamental is knowing that fundamental looks at the company and technical doesn't. They look at the actual trading patterns and stuff like that. Not that big. Okay. Yeah, there you go. When in doubt, you can divide. That's fair. But I don't like fall. I like to, if you understand this stuff, you're going to be good. But yeah, okay. No, there's no, again, like I said, Micah, don't sweat all the formulas. Here, let me go through the ones that you could go. PE ratio, earnings per share, price to book. You might have to do working capital, which is just subtracting. You might have to do current ratio. You might have to do the asset test, which is asset is easy. It's current assets minus inventory divided by the current liabilities, okay? You might have to do shareholders' equity, which is total assets, also net worth, total assets minus total liabilities. It's not super deep. Again, you could blow off the balance sheet shit. I'm not saying to do it. You could blow off the balance sheet shit and still get a 90, okay? This is not a math test. Even the options, if you get 20 options questions, 10 or 11, maybe 8 to 10 will be math. The rest are theory, okay? Now I got to go get some food for my kid, my 22-year-old kid. He had practice today. Tough day. He has a big game on, sort of a big game on Saturday. Okay, everyone, don't forget, listen, guys, don't forget we have membership videos. You can join me on Sunday nights. It's not expensive. I think they're fucking cheap. I mean, $50 a month, and you get options videos, and you get the Series 7. By the way, anyone doing the option stuff, remember I'm doing an hour and a half, okay? I'm doing an hour and a half this time. So what happens is at 8 o'clock, the first 30 minutes of the options thing will be basic options. I'm not doing any advanced options. Then from 8:30 to 9:30, still the same link and everything, I'm doing the advanced stuff, like the spread, straddle hedging, doing problem stuff like that. So anyone who's in my options class, all you guys guys and gals, okay? If you're pretty good with the basic stuff, just go, yeah, on Sunday night. Just start it, come in at 8:30 Eastern. Remember, guys, it's Eastern because I live in Eastern. That's what I'm using because I'm a narcissist. Okay. I gotta do it. Oh, that's also, don't forget as he mentioned, don't forget. Oh yeah. I'm working on I've done through L. Redina, I've done through L. I'm working on the rest over the weekend or even tonight, depending how tired I get. If I get checked up, I'll do L through whatever. But no, M. M is a long one. That's why. Okay. I may do it. I know they take a while. It just like it literally, like you said, I think it's a 1 hour video. It takes me like 3 hours to do it because I have to cut a lot of shit out. Don't forget to check out the memberships. Don't forget to check out my FinPro Coalition. If you haven't joined yet, if you pass the stuff, join the FinPro Coalition. Moist Cow, go them, email them, and ask them for help. They will give you advice. I promise you. And if they don't, you can tell me, and I'll fucking yell at them. So Moist Cow, yeah, I'll see you Tuesday. I want you to email them, and I want you to tell me what the response was. Okay, explain your situation because you have a great situation. Elizabeth, thank you very much, guys. Get out of here. Don't forget if you need help. I'm hoping to finish the rest of the alphabet by the weekend. Okay. Micah, thanks. I love it. I love you guys. Again, I love doing this. Eric, hope you're still awake. Everyone, have a good night. Wash your hands. And don't forget to check out, I should have said it before. I always forget. My favorite vendor is Achievable. I have a link in here and usually probably get a discount code. Okay, Taddy, thank you very much. Moist Cow, Micah, boom. Tell me. Y'all, Mike V, I hope I helped you a little bit. Y'all have a good night. I'm out of here. Go wash your hands and have a great weekend. And the night before the test,